What's up, you guys? It's Kelly and welcome back to Vida Lopez YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be talking about things no one talks about after giving birth. Let's go ahead and dive right into the video because I want to make sure you guys get all the info that you clicked on this video for. And there might be some things that you already know, and there might be some things that you didn't know and you can share with other people. But these are things that I really didn't have an idea. As a first-time parent, first-time mother, you really don't know what to expect because no situation is the same. So you can find a ton of videos on this on YouTube probably, but everyone's situation is different. So it's good to watch all of them and see what you end up with. After giving birth, your body is on an adrenaline high. So you probably feel good, and hopefully you feel good and you feel like, I just had a baby, like, okay, like what's next? Let's go to Popeyes. But honestly, you need to have a seat because your body is getting ready to tell you, bitch, you just had a baby. While I was giving birth, pushing Isla out, I don't remember feeling that bad. My body was on an adrenaline high, and shortly after, let's say about 8 weeks, it came down finally, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. If you're the one who's gonna nurse, well, makes no sense. If you're nursing your baby and you're losing sleep, you're gonna be tired because guess what? Your partner, your husband, is not going to be nursing the baby, especially if they weren't the one that had the baby. Like, you're going to be doing most of the work in the beginning, and if you're lucky, maybe your baby will sleep through the night after a few weeks. They say after 8 weeks your baby can start sleeping through the night, but your baby should not be sleeping through the night as a newborn. Your baby has to eat, get all of its nutrients and things like that. You're gonna be up. And it gets kind of frustrating because you're the only one who can do anything about it. And meanwhile, your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever, is knocked out asleep. And it's like, you know what, I could just send you to the moon right now. Your husband or partner will probably feel like your worst enemy only because you're doing the majority of the work by default because you're the one who had the baby. And that, I mean, it could just be anything. Things that they say could just like irritate you. And I know I'm not the only one on earth that feels like that or felt like that. But yeah, that's definitely how things go in the beginning because you don't know what the hell you're doing. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Everyone's just figuring things out as they go. So just remember, if your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, makes you feel like they're against you, they're probably not. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. So back to the first thing that I talked about, your body being on an adrenaline high. Yeah, when it comes down, your body may or may not feel like someone just beat the shit out of you. I couldn't even brush my hair because my arms hurt to lift my arm up, and my head, the top of my head, to brush my hair, it felt weird. Like from head to toe, my toes felt like, have you ever had the flu, like a severe flu? Like, I thought I was dying. Your body, from coming down off of the adrenaline high, yeah, it's gonna hurt. My fingers hurt to move my fingers and everything. And I went to the doctors for my checkup after giving birth, and she said, oh yeah, remember those pills that we gave you, those pain relievers? I think it was Ibuprofen, and it was a pain reliever. You take 2 pain relievers, 1 Ibuprofen. Do you still have those? And I was like, yeah. And she said, well, you need to use them because seriously, this can last for about 2 months. And I'm like, 2 months? 2 months straight? Like, am I gonna get a break in between, or is this gonna just hurt for 2 months straight? Like, I need to know now because this shit is it's not funny. And she was like, oh no, it can go up and down, and Some days may be better than others, but you definitely want to take those because you're gonna be in pain. And it doesn't happen to everyone, it happens to some. But if it does last longer than 3 months, then you need to come in and get checked out because it shouldn't last that long. Well, mine did go away, but I felt like shit. Like, I could not drive, I couldn't do anything. And I wish I could have vlogged that, but I didn't because I was just like not in the mood for anything. My body hurt. I couldn't even sit up straight. I just had to lay in bed. I couldn't even pick Isla up. Speaking of your body hurting, your body may never stop hurting in certain areas. My body doesn't hurt all over, but my tailbone hurts pretty bad. Randomly, my tailbone will hurt. I'm assuming because I pushed her out, through that way, but your tailbone may or may not hurt. And for those of you who were trying to break me down for having a baby on my back, you guys didn't see like the behind the scenes, and like actually you weren't there, so you didn't hear what people were talking about and what was actually going on. But I'm sure you saw whenever I was over the bed. I was over the back of the bed and I was on my knees. Well, I was trying to do it like that. I was trying to give birth like that, but she wasn't budging. Nothing was happening. And it wasn't until they suggested me flipping over to my left side and she just flipped right away. And then I went from 8 centimeters to 10 centimeters just like that. And so I wanted to have her on my knees, but she wasn't doing anything and her heart rate was dropping being in that position. And it was also dropping whenever I was giving birth, so it was a little bit hard. It was putting a lot of stress on her, so I had to just do what I had to do. And getting her out with me laying on my back was the best thing for her. So if you haven't had a baby yet and you're talking about people who have had babies on their back, I didn't want to either. I thought that was the dumbest thing you can actually do and most painful. However, your baby will decide for you what you're gonna do. Whether it's emergency C-section, vacuum, I don't know what else is out there. Your baby's gonna decide. So that is why I was like, oh, whatever works, I don't care. Because if you sit there and let things get worse, then you never know what situation you might be in. And I didn't want to be selfish. So for those of you who were talking shit about how I had Isla, you must not have kids. You may get plenty of sleep when the baby is young, but when the baby gets older, the baby doesn't sleep as much and you're running around. Like, I don't take naps. I used to take naps all the time whenever Isla was little. I would hold her on my chest and we'd take a nap. Not no more. She does not allow me to take a nap. I have to put her in her crib and then she'll take a nap there, but whenever she's napping, that doesn't mean I get to nap. That means I get to finish doing the things that I need to get done. Whenever I'm done doing the things that I needed to do, she's awake. So you're tired, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You're really tired. This is what I had issues with. I had Isla in December, which, I'm not knocking anyone who had their baby in the fall or winter, but I'm telling you right now, postpartum depression is no joke, especially if you add the season to it. If it's winter, you will be going nuts in that house. Like, you'll be going stir crazy, just sitting in the house with the baby, because flu season was at its highest and the worst. Elderly people were dying, babies were dying, and this was last December 2017. So I didn't go anywhere. I wasn't gonna risk it. So to have your baby in the fall or winter, that's pretty tough. And I give props to you if you didn't come out all fucked up, but I was definitely dealing with postpartum, and I don't know if I still do. I don't think I still do, but it's bad. Postpartum depression is nothing to play around with, and you definitely need to vent and talk to people, because yeah. The last thing I want to mention is what no one tells you after giving birth as the child gets older. So Isla is gonna be 7 months this month. It's July. Everything's on you. Regardless if you're married, have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Everything's on you. It's on you as a mother. And that's hard because for a first-time parent, you don't think about that whenever you're in a relationship. You think, oh, okay, it's a team effort, which it is, but really it's not even, it's not equal, because the mother has her motherly instincts and the father doesn't have that. The father has fatherly instincts, whatever they may be. I'm sure he does that very well, but being a mother is definitely a full-time job, and you can't expect your husband, and I'm talking if you have a man, you can't expect the man to do the same exact things that you're doing, because that's not how it works. So if you think that it's gonna be equal, it's not. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that's what it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna close this video off, and I will catch you in the next one. Be sure to hit the bell button for notifications, because if you're like 3-4 videos behind, then you're gonna wonder what the hell's going on. Go ahead and click the link. I'll put it up here or down here, but click one of the links to go to my natural labor and delivery vlog. It's very cool to see those vlogs. So I'm sure if you're watching this one, you've watched other vlogs on labor and delivery. Go ahead and watch mine and see what you can gain from that. Like and subscribe to our channel. Yeah. Catch you guys later. Peace.